If I could wish upon a star, it'll be where you are. No matter wrong or right, I'm gonna ride for mine. If I could kiss upon your lips.
What is poppin', Bossy gang? So I'm back with another video, and my head itched, and it started itching like really bad as soon as I hit the button. So I had to like get in there right quick. You understand if you understand, okay? But yeah, today I came to talk to y'all. This is definitely a no edit. As you can see, like I'm not really going anywhere. I actually just got back from doing this physical. It was really funny. It was really funny, and yeah, people are hilarious. And I just learned that I'm one of those people that is very intimidating, and I'm not your typical not what y'all used to seeing. I'm nothing like what y'all used to seeing. Like, I'm so hard to describe these days because I'm really hurt. And the reason that I know that is because I just been praying, and I've been praying, and I've been praying, and I've been just seeing a change in certain things, even my attitude, even certain people I've prayed for. And I'm just at that moment now in my life where I understand, like, I can't hang with certain people. I can't really, not just hang with certain people, but I can't really, make people so comfortable thinking that they could contact me or be around me or anything like that in that nature, because I'm really precious. And during this time of my transition, I'm very precious. Like, even with my hairline, like I'm about to do some things in about a month or so. I'm gonna release a new color, and I bust this period bump, and bro, it's so ugly. I have to go fix that. I will definitely be fixing that today. Don't play by my skin at all. Like, as y'all can see, my skin I cleared up so much, and it's still clearing up. Like, I do not play by my skin at all. And even these came from, yeah, but that was so sidetracked. But yeah, like I was saying, see, I'm very observant of myself, so I'm very observant of others. And I remember when I was like going through so much, people used to be like, dang, why you just can't call your family, or why you just can't call this one or call that one. Back then I used to think it was my pride, but then as I got older and I actually started reaching out to certain people, like my older brothers or my older sisters, they could never really come through, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they were going through their own thing, or sometimes they just probably didn't want to deal with me, and that's understandable, due to the fact of probably what they heard about me or what they think they knew about me, you know what I'm saying? So just being like in this transition, even with my body wise, like I'm a very broad shoulder type of girl. There's areas like you can see that little me right there. There's areas that I could tone up and stuff like that, and I critique myself before somebody else can critique me. And if it's something that I don't like or I feel like I could work on it, and you mention it, I would never get offended. I will always take heed to it, because it's like, you might be telling me for my own interest, but then you have other people that will tell you something, and it's just because they afraid that you're going to be greater than them. And that's what I'm learning. I'm really learning that from just all aspects of the board. I've dealt with so many people, and God will test you. God will put you in certain situations to see what you're going to do, how you're going to react, how you're going to go about this and go about that. Like, God is going to test you, and when he tests you, you have to pass those tests. It's certain people that we have to ask for forgiveness from, but there's certain people that really deserve what they got, and we're supposed to leave them exactly where they're at. And I heard something today so powerful where it says like, oh, well, you know, you didn't clear that up, and you didn't clear that up, or you just stopped talking to me. Like, I'm in that season where I'm okay with it. That is my response. Like, I just don't got nothing to say, bro, because I realize fighting, arguing, shooting, all that, we could all do all that, but what we can't do is be me. Y'all cannot be me, and that's the gift that I have that you don't. And I say that with so much humbleness, but I say that with so much confidence as well, because there was a point in time I couldn't get on camera like this. I would have to be all fixed up. I would try to have to, but baby, listen, my man, my man really made me stop playing with me, okay? My man really, like, changed that for me because it was stuff that I believed in and then somebody took it away from me. Like, they said, like, oh, no, you can't have that because of this. Then it was stuff that I believed in and they was like, oh, well, you can't do that because that's not how it's done. Then it was stuff that I believed in and it was like, oh, well, you can't do that because da 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 da, and the list goes on. When the man walked in my life, it was like, why you not doing that? And why you just don't? But if you want to do that, why you just don't? Bro, go with your first mind. It's always that. And ever since I've been living in that, you know, wave of doing what I want, not just as I want, but going to God and asking God, like, should I take this jump of faith? Or what do you want from me next? How about you just put me there so I can understand? I've got from, oh, this what I need, this what I want, this what I gotta do, to let me do it this way. I got from let me get this for free, or let me work with this person because we could build a business, we could build a brand together. Let me do this because I could push their brand and their brand. I've learned, let me just pay them so I can get you out of my face. So I don't have to deal with the fakeness of, oh, well, you like me because oh, well, I don't like you because of this, or I don't like you because of that. But then you go over and come in my face and then you act like you like me, or you go talk behind my back, or it's just always something with like people in general. And I'm just to the point that I'm now in my life, I don't want to deal with certain stuff. I realize I don't have to deal with certain stuff. So I've been so confident. I've always been able to hold a conversation without anybody talking to me. Not because I'm crazy, but because I understand things that other people don't understand. So I feel like YouTube is the best thing that ever happened to me. And because I didn't know how to go about it at a point in time, and now that I do, it's like, keep on giving. Because I just keep on growing. And the person that people used to try to portray me to be, and that's what I was going to, where they try to make it seem like I'm the bad guy and they're the good guy. I'm over that stage where people could make it seem like it's just been me. I'm over that stage, bro. Like, I'm over that stage. I done been through so much in the world, like, even when my mind go to, like, put other thoughts in my mind, like, to make me go to a different topic. That's a gift within itself. Because a lot of people don't know how to cover certain areas. They don't know how to cover the full problem. They cover areas around it and not the root. The root starts with, a lot of people don't have a good heart. And we as good people always trying to make a person have a good heart, or we always trying to bring somebody up with us, or we always see the good in somebody or the potential in somebody, and we always trying to heal people. We always doing something of that nature, and that's not what God intended. He said, yes, shed your light, spread your light, but don't be done for people. Don't waste energy for people. Don't get sucked and drained for people, because people are not going to listen. And if I don't think nobody taught us that, I think Jesus taught us that. It don't matter how amazing you are or what gift you have. Until you do something to really shift this nation or shake this nation like never before, they don't care. And that's such a powerful statement within itself, because I've realized even with family and friends, people have just taught me that the gift that I have and the person that I've become and the person that I used to be, them two totally different people, bro. The person I used to be, I wanted everybody to love me, and I wanted to bring my whole family with me, and I wanted to reunite my family that didn't speak. I wanted to just change the world. I wanted to do all these great things that people shifted and made me think, oh, you just talking, you just crazy, you just this. Do y'all know a nigga used to really, before they closed down the flea market on 27th Avenue, Calmar, and they made it a freaking shopping plaza, I used to go into that flea market with flyers and try to talk to people and have conversations with people that people were afraid to have. And I remember this man telling me, they gonna kill you. When the world get to know you, they gonna kill you. He said, you trying to do something that we not supposed to do. You trying to do something we ain't supposed to do. That's scary though. That's scary. He was so serious that I'm laughing because I realized people have shifted something. They shifted something within me at a point in time, I'm going to say. And the person, I'm glad they shifted me there, because now that I have shifted back into my purpose, bro, my spirit of discernment is so lethal. It's so lethal, and it's still growing. And the beauty of that is I understand when people are intimidated. I understand when all eyes is on me and I'm trying to figure out why. But then I remember God has given me something that people are trying to figure out. What is that? She's so pretty. Who is that? She's dressed nice. Who is that? Her ass is fake. Who is that? Her teeth is fake. None of that is fake, by the way. Like, I'm saying that because I know that's what people say. And I hear people, or they be like, her clothes is too short, or her clothes is too tight. I'm very intimidating, and my presence is so welcoming, and my presence is so strong. I shift the whole atmosphere when I come in any building. And that is not with any type of cockiness that I say that. And the reason that I always correct myself, because I've learned to do that, so that I've balanced myself out. So that good person that see the good in everybody, and that real evil motherfucker, I put them two together and I kind of like balanced them out, and I made them understand, like, this how we gonna do things, and this is it. And ever since I've done that, call me what you want, I'm agreeing to me, because I know when to react and when not to react, and then I know my rights. I know when I'm being disrespected, but I'm not going to curse you out and tear things up, because that's only going to put me in jail, and then you're going to make me look like the bad guy. And so that I don't do that, I'm going to speak very intelligently, and the ghetto person that you think I am is going to shift to a whole person. You're going to try to figure out me. And because I realized, even being in an atmosphere where I'm surrounded by my peers and I could be genuinely myself, I've learned not to care if they turn their nose up at me, or they don't speak, or they don't want to be around me, or they don't want to hear what I'm saying. I don't care. I'm to that point in life, I don't care, because I wasted a lot of time and energy trying to get people to accept me, or to like my music, or to like me, or to figure out what it is I should do, because it's so much that come within me. And I hate being limited from a child. And as I got older, my visions only got bigger. And those little girl dreams eventually found surface with me balancing myself out. And me finding that little girl that everybody damaged, that young woman that I was becoming, and everybody made me feel like, oh, well, you can't, and you're thinking too big, and you need to do this first because you're a mom, and blah, 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 blah. I've totally erased all of that out, but I have not forgotten. We supposed to forgive, but we ain't never supposed to freaking forget. God ain't let us go through all of that, what we went through. Like, I had a conversation with somebody, and they told me, like, oh, I did all my homework on you, and, you know, I got some areas where you could fix, and you could do this, and you could do that. And he went from that to something else, and then I got very quiet for so many reasons, and not because I didn't agree with everything that he was saying, but I realized that God is testing something within me, and God is trying to see if, even though it sounds good and great, can I trust you to say no? God is trying to figure out, even if they dangle chains and $1 million in front of your face, can I trust you to say no? Because who I am, I can't be connected to just anybody. And it's a lot of us out there like that, that we've allowed the world to trick us into believing we have to operate the way they want us to operate, look the way they want us to look, talk the way they want us to talk. They have tricked us into believing that we have to conform our minds, bodies, and everything to be accepted. And once you do that, then I can accept you. And once you do this and you fix that and you start doing this, then I could accept you, and then I could take you to that next level. If I ain't learned nothing out of all of the stuff that I've been through, I've learned not to repeat my mistakes, my boy. Listen here. My phone about to die. I learned not to repeat my mistakes. I learned not to allow what sounds good or what feels good to hinder me. Hold on, y'all. I learned not to allow it to hinder me. I've learned to not allow this world to make me just transform into a whole person that I know that I'm not. I've decided to do that. And ever since I decided to do that, I feel like a better person. I feel like I have purpose, vision. My bad, y'all. Purpose, vision. I learned to keep going even when mistakes happen. I've learned to step outside of the box. I have learned so much within these 31 years of me living, and I don't think that's what people understand. I am not a little girl. I may act like it sometimes. I may play around. I may look like it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a little girl. I'm very thankful to be my age. I'm very much wise because niggas can't dangle certain things in front of my face and I go, oh, well, okay. Niggas can't just say anything or take me on certain type of dates and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I might have to. Niggas can't do that. People can't do that. Nobody can just walk into my life and say, oh, I'm gonna bomb, whatever it is. Nobody can do that. Not, you wanna know why I say that? Because it's something within me that have to be done to prove and make a certain statement on this earth. And the reason I say that is because as women, we are told you need manpower. We are told you need a man to make this happen because people take advantage of women. We are told so many dumb statements that are true at times, but that's for a weak woman. Or I'm going to take that back because that don't make you weak, that you feel like you need a man. Yes, it do. I'm not taking that back. I'm not a weak person. I have had some weak moments. But I have found my strength, and when I found my strength, you hear me? When I found my strength, I took control back. And that's what I'm doing with my life. And that's what I'm gonna do with so many things in my life. From my brand to my body to taking care of my own skin and my own teeth and my natural hair. Even though I wear wigs and braids and extensions and stuff, I love my hair. Do you hear me? There's so many qualities of who I am, and I just don't believe God promised me a life that I know I deserve for me to just give in and accept anything. I feel like I've done that so many times where I've given in to family, friends, managers, marketing people, teams, everything, and I've given, and I didn't receive back something powerful. This is what I've learned to do with conversations. I take the good, I take the great, I take the power, and the rest of that shit on my mama. And there was something powerful that came out of this conversation where he stated that, what did you gain or what did you profit throughout the last years? He went back because he knew how long I had been. Actually, I don't even think he went that far back. He went a couple years back. He said like 2-3 years. And he said, what did you actually profit? And I spoke my piece. I'm going to say something even stronger now, because it's definitely not about the money. When I say my purpose is bigger than me, God is just awaiting to see if he could trust us with some stuff. And I speak for us because I feel like it's somebody that go through this same little thing that I'm going through, where you're still trying to figure it out and you're still trying to make decisions and you still trying to figure out, well, what is it that God want me to do? I got a voice, I got a business, I got a this, I got a that, but I'm still not quite where I want to be. And that's because he's trying to figure out if he can really trust you with some things, because he'll take you back through everything that you went through in your whole entire life in a matter of a year and less. Could he take you back through everything that you've ever been through in less than a year or so? You know what I'm saying? Maybe almost 2 years. Could he take you through that? Almost 2 years. Could he repeat some cycles and see if you really ready? Could you tell that friend, no, I ain't hanging with you today? Could you look at that call and not answer? Could you say, no, I'm not giving you no money? Could you say, no, I'm not giving you no pussy? Could you say, no, I'm not giving you no dick? Could you say, no, I'm not taking that deal? Could you say, no, I'm not... Could he trust you no matter how good it looks or sounds? Could he trust you to say no? Because if he could trust you, he could take you further. If he can't, you will have to sit still until you freaking get it. That's why you find yourself repeating certain things. You're like, how did I end up back here? Or how did I end up in a worse predicament? Because you ain't learned from all the warnings that he threw your way. You ain't learned from all of the warnings that he done took your body and your mind through. Prime example with my body, I have to work out. I'm already broad shoulders. Like, I probably look like a fat girl sitting right here. You feel me? I probably look like I'm very overweight because the height. But if you stand up, if I stand up, I should say, if I stand up, very much, let me take this off because I'm about to break my charger. But very much not fat. Very much thick, even with a waist trainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a little butt, and that's why I be taming my waist. But fat, never. I just have broad shoulders, very thick thighs, and I have to work out. Or I start to get a little jiggly. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cute. That ain't it. So you gotta learn to be that same way. The same way you are with your body and your mind and your house and your stuff. You gotta be away with your space, with your money. You have to be that way with a lot of stuff because people are going to try to take advantage of you. People are going to try to take advantage of your time, your energy. One second, people are going to try to take you through things that all right, I'm making a video. I'm going to turn it off in a second. People are going to take you through things that you don't necessarily have to go through, but until you learn how to say no, or you can't be around that person, or you can't allow this to happen, you're going to continue to repeat the cycle. So you have to learn how to discern whether something is for you or is testing you. That's key right there. You have to be able to do that. You have to learn to ask God, is this for me? Show me a sign. You have to ask him sometimes because you may not know. But when you get tired of making bad decisions and bad mistakes and repeating the same cycle, you're going to start asking. Trust me. And that's one of the reasons that I moved back under my covering, my mom and my dad. I've learned something about being a troubled teen. I grew up in a pastor's home, so I didn't want to be in a pastor's house after a while. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and we all go through that. But I went through it to teach young girls, bro, go home. Ain't nothing out here in these streets. And I remember people used to tell me this growing up, and some of y'all gonna have to hit y'all head, some of y'all gonna have to find out the hard way. Some of y'all are really gonna have to go through that. But if you can listen and actually grasp what I'm saying and avoid it, please do. I wish I would have. And I know you hear a lot of people say that because once you go through it, it's like, dang, why I ain't listen? Now it's almost too late. It's not impossible, but it's almost too late because now you've wasted years of time when you could have been greater, faster because somebody warned you. Somebody pre-warned you. Me, I had so many warnings. God tried to warn me so many times before I hit destruction, before I fell flat on my face. But baby, I was a hardhead, and I think he knew that. So he just protected me. He covered me. And no, he didn't let me die, but I done got hurt up. And that's what I mean when I say I have to protect my body. Like, I have to work out because I've had a stroke. I've been in car accidents, and my body feels certain things, and that's why I try to eat better. I don't try to diet at all. I'm not going to cap to y'all. But I do try to eat better, that I don't put myself in harm's way where I end up on blood pressure pills or having another stroke or sore, can't walk, can't do this, can't do that, can't run, can't jog. You know, there's certain things that I have to do, and I can't promote a fitness business, and I'm not even living up to my potential. And that's one of the key things that I've learned about life. A lot of times we're going to fake it till we make it. A lot of times we're going to hook up with this one because we think, oh, well, if I hook up with these people, then I could do this. If I do this, then this can happen. Then if I do that, you start moving around so fast before you know it, time to poof. You like, dang, because you wasn't patient with your process. Everything goes through a process, and your destiny is a process. You just have to get it. And when I say get it, you have to take the steps to actually get there. but focus on the key things that you're going to encounter and ask yourself, is this for me or is it not for me? Do I just want it or do I need it? Do I got to have it or should I ask God? You got to do that. Or should I check my bank account? Like, a lot of times y'all overspend, go to negative. I met a girl yesterday. She said, my account is $300 and some negative. I remember those days. Baby, I remember those days, and I'm just thankful God has taken me out there. I have a book in my storage right now. Right now. And that book goes back some years, down to the man that I want everything, literally. And I remember at a point in time, I thought one man was there. I was like, ooh. Then I got to somebody else, and I was like, ooh. But it was missing certain qualifications. Then I got to that list. And I checked off the things that really didn't make sense. You feel me? And then I got down to the nitty gritty, like, okay. And then boom, I started looking at the bills I owed and this and that. And I'm like, dang, God has brought me so far. And I look back and how where I'm at now, and I'm like, this was the plan the whole time. Because you gotta understand something. God know you before you know yourself. So you gonna go through some stuff, and the things that you're gonna go through, it's only preparing you to be a greater you. And it's only preparing you to be the teacher or the person that you're supposed to be in life. And all of us are not meant to be in the spotlight. That's just true. But there are some of us that are destined to be in the spotlight. And when I say the spotlight, I mean all eyes on us, meaning that we have a certain light that we carry that people look up to. And when people look up to that light, you have to be smart with that light. You got to be careful what you do, because Cardi B is one smart young woman. I've watched her grow so much, and she's even changed so much, and it just teaches you could start off anyway. But if you want better, you're going to do better. You're going to become a greater you, no matter what it takes. And I'm going to leave y'all on this note. I got some homework to do. You have to be true to yourself. Don't allow your family and your friends to be your downfall. Don't live too fast. Don't rush your process. Take your time with things. Take your time with life. You have so much God has promised you. Don't allow yourself to get stuck into this world thinking that you got to rush the process on anything. Go with the timing and make sure that it really feels right. If you got that little feeling like something don't even sound right, this don't even feel right, that's the God or your intuition, whatever you want to do or go with there. That's your warning to tell you, this ain't right. Let's stop this before I get too far. God do not destroy a city without a warning. And he just don't. And you have to be very, very careful, because God will show you certain things, and it's up to you to pray against them and go the opposite way. Or it's up for you to pray for against them and then still go the same direction and crash. Because that's the only option. The only thing that leads to negativity is if you're entertaining it. And I know you have people that run into certain situations by mistake, or they didn't know, or this or that, but there was always something within you that told you this doesn't feel right. Go with that. There was always something in you that told you were greater than this, or greater than them, or greater than this crowd. Why they don't see it, and how they great and I'm not, or how they this and more popular. I'm gonna say, because greatness, I can't even compare it to greatness. I'm gonna say, how do you compare it to popularity? Because that's a lot of times we compare greatness with popularity, you know, two totally different things. You could be popular with no type of greatness or purpose within you. You're just popular for all the wrong reasons, leading people straight to the pit of hell. Then you got greatness that understands right from wrong. And I understand that I don't do everything right, but I pray God forgive me, and I pray that God put me in position to teach others not to go down this path, and teach me how to be a greater me, so that I could teach others how to not only submit to our Father, but to submit to the works of our Father. That's greatness. That's greatness. When you have realized where you come from and where your gift comes from, that's greatness. Don't allow nobody to dim that. get back to that little person that you used to be, and nobody couldn't tell you nothing. You didn't believe that you wasn't going to be great. You didn't believe that you wasn't going to be an NFL player or basketball player. You didn't believe that you wasn't going to go to college and graduate. You didn't believe, like, you just knew you was going to be her. You just knew you was going to be him. Get back to that. Get back to that. Okay. Welcome to BossydollWorld. Stay tuned because this channel will only get greater and greater. Love y'all, boys.
They gon' spray that goofy ass bitch on the low, that's for sure. You ain't shit but a hoe, ain't worried about you or your crew. All my hitters gon' shoot. I'm on the wrong to the game. I'm just taking my fame. Fuck a bitch in a mini. I had to switch my flow. Yeah, I got your hoe won't go. I feel a brick 24. I done mean it from the trellis. I can't stand weak bitches. Fuck a nigga for the fame. Got a song with a lame. You ain't real, just fake. Where we from, we gon' shake. Queen B gon' spray that. C now gon' take that. Bop Vicky, I don't play that. Me and Trevor gon' break that. Gon' break that. Gon' break that. Gon' break that. Me and Trevor gon' break that. If I was you, I wouldn't say that.